Hi, I'm Dr. Carissa Menifee. As a faculty member in the Arts and Letters program here at Prescott College, I've met hundreds of highly motivated, self-directed students who have embraced our unique, progressive, and private liberal arts program. Whether you completed the adult or resident undergraduate degree programs, or you received your Master of Arts degree, the self-directed educational opportunities you received from Prescott College have provided you with unique, hands-on learning experiences and ultimately a degree that will help launch your chosen profession and change your life forever. Financing an education is a big investment, and prospective students need to investigate their options before making a decision. Many of our students take advantage of the extremely low-interest federal student loan program, while others borrow money from private lenders. Throughout this presentation, you'll meet current students and Prescott College graduates, and you'll learn about their decision-making process, how they determined which loan was right for them, and how much to borrow to finance their education. And you'll get tips on how to create and manage a budget while in school. Federal student aid programs provide financial help to students and to parents. Federal aid may be used to help cover school expenses, including tuition and fees, room and board, books and supplies, and transportation. Federal aid can be in the form of grants and/or loans. Grants are gift aid that does not have to be repaid. Loans are borrowed money that must be repaid with interest. Both undergraduate and graduate students may borrow money. Parents of dependent undergraduates may also borrow to pay education expenses. The Federal Family Education Loan Program allows private lenders to provide federally guaranteed funds. Programs consist of FFEL Stafford loans and FFEL Parent Plus loans. Perkins loans may also be offered by participating schools to students who demonstrate the greatest need. Federal Stafford loans are loans that are made available to students and must be repaid with interest. These loans have a variable interest rate set by the government every July 1st and have a cap of 8.25%. Stafford loans offer deferments of principal payments while a student is in school and allow a 6-month grace period after leaving school before repayment begins. A Stafford loan may be offered as a subsidized or unsubsidized loan, or as a combination of the two. With a subsidized Stafford loan, the Department of Education will pay the interest that accrues while the student is in school and during the grace and deferment periods. With an unsubsidized Stafford loan, the student is responsible for interest that accrues throughout the life of the loan. A student may elect to defer their interest payments while in school. However, this interest will be added to the principal balance of the loan upon repayment. Therefore, we strongly recommend that our students pay their interest on a quarterly basis to keep their loan debt under control.
I knew that I was going to have to finance my education by myself, so I applied for financial aid, and I received an award package that consisted of 2 Stafford loans, one subsidized and one was unsubsidized, and 3 separate grants. And I also received work studies, so I was able to work half-time while I was in school. And all that together made it possible for me to go to school.
With the unsubsidized Stafford loan, I chose the option of paying the interest that accrued to that loan while I was in school, so that it was not capitalized and I did not have to end up paying interest upon interest once I began repayment.
My strategy for financing my education was to delay my education for a few years until I became a little bit older so I could achieve independent status. That way I would be able to receive a little bit more in my financial aid package from the federal government. My financial aid package included subsidized and unsubsidized Stafford loans, work study, and also some grant money. So my plan to delay my education until I was a little bit older really paid off.
The Parent Plus loan has a variable interest rate capped at 9%. Interest will begin to accrue with the first disbursement to the school. Repayment of principal and interest will begin 60 days after the loan funds are fully dispersed to the school. Besides federal loans, you may also be interested in applying for a private loan, known as an alternative educational loan. Alternative loans may include a City Assist loan from Citibank, signature loans from Bank One and Chase Bank, an Academic Edge loan or school certified loan from Chella Education Financing, and a Key Alternative loan from Key Education Resources. You might also consider borrowing from your family. Whether a federal Stafford loan, an alternative bank loan, or borrowing from your family, remember, you're not only investing in your education, you're securing your future. Deciding how much to borrow for your education is very important, especially when you consider that you'll have to repay your loans with interest after you leave school.
As a student, you need to decide whether you are going to borrow just enough money to cover tuition, or if you need to borrow enough money to cover tuition and living expenses. Keep track of your borrowing to be sure your overall debt doesn't get out of control.
Unfortunately, my loan package, which included the Stafford loans, both subsidized and unsubsidized, did not cover my cost of tuition. Of course, that didn't address living expenses either, so I tried to keep my expenses to a minimum, as well as working during the summer, applying my life savings to the cost of my education, and fortunately I did have support from my parents as well.
My Stafford loans, scholarships, and grants were not enough to cover my college tuition. I had to seek other forms of income to cover living expenses as well as make up for that difference in tuition. I did this through summer jobs, through working more than part-time while I was in school.
Once students secure their funding, the trick is to stay on track financially. Many of our students create a budget to help them manage their finances.
Because my Stafford loans didn't cover my tuition and living expenses, I needed to find a way to budget my money and keep myself within that budget. I developed a budget on an Excel spreadsheet that was based on a breakdown of monthly as well as yearly costs. Included in this budget was my rent, my tuition, my books and fees. It was really important that I stuck to this budget in order to make it through the year.
We hope you've enjoyed this presentation on financing your education. On behalf of all of us at Prescott College, we wish you the very best of luck in pursuing your educational goals. I'm Carissa Menifee. Thanks for watching.